humans must die, is a sentiment that this guy throws around. Is that true? I don't know. But looking at the packaging, it's just stolen off of Reveltech. The only difference is the background cover. That's basically it. But let's take this guy outside of the box because, yeah, this one's definitely not being kept. Well, taking him outside of the packaging, he looks absolutely fantastic. You can see the sculpt and detail all along through the figure. He looks really, really good. And, like, Jesus, man, I kind of wish I got the official release of this guy. It's definitely worth every penny. Now he only goes for $200, which is really good because now he is a KO, and now we have him in hand. He is operating on the 1.0 Reveltech system, which means that you're gonna have these really weird joints, and they are gonna be really rigidy, and you could see that he is gonna be a little bit wonky, a little bit fidgety, I guess, in hand, because the 1.0 joints, if you don't know, while they do allow for amazing range of articulation, you can see here, they are pretty problematic because they've always had a history of QC issues. But the main point, and the reason why that was never such like a big problem, is because, well, you could just replace them. That was kind of the whole system with them, is that you get insane amounts of range, and whenever they get out of like whenever they get their use and it's over for them and they basically break or they become basically useless, you can just replace them by buying some extra ones, which is something that we saw. Now, one thing I am disappointed in is the fact that the leg articulation is so limited. You're basically going to get them in the sitting pose, and you can get them in a close your leg pose, but the reason why it's so limited is because you can see it right here. Damn, he's spreading his legs open for us. Ultron, you dirty dog. But you can see that it's sculpted right here, so that way you can't get more range, which is really disappointing. I kind of hope that they would have fixed that, but I guess, you know, it is still a KO. Maybe they're not confident in actually sculpting something different, but sure. Now, as you saw while I was explaining, the articulation is a little bit limiting at times, but in other times is really good because, well, the sculpt and detail is just absolutely fantastic, so you're not going to get as much range as a normal Reveltech figure. But another point of articulation is his eyes, and so talking about his eyes, they do move. They give you this accessory piece that allows you to move them, but mine weren't moving like at all. But if you have the same problem, you just push in his eyes just slightly, just enough so that way they have some range, and that way you can move them around. Mine was having that issue, but now it no longer does because I found the solution. So taking a look at the accessories, he does come with quite the amount, but also not that much to begin with. He does come with these extra feet, and if you don't know why, it's so that way you can plug in the effect pieces, and you could basically just have either the orange or the blue one. He does come with both pairs. Do I know why? No, maybe some comic book nerd actually knows, because I don't. But I don't really know why you really needed that. I feel like you could have just included both, but sure. Now, for hand selection, he does come quite limited, and it's quite limiting because he only has two pairs of hands, one being the more relaxed hands, the other ones being some more clawing hands, so that way you can put him in that more like menacing pose, but that's pretty much all you're gonna get. Now, these do plug into these effects, while these don't, I'm pretty sure. So let's see that right now. So what you're gonna wanna do is take your clawing hand and basically just insert it, because there's gonna be these little holes right here, and you basically just put it within the first two fingers. So it's gonna end up looking like that, and then outside on a top-down view, he is gonna look okay with it. It's gonna look pretty cool. I do like these accessories. I think they look pretty nice, but that's basically all you're gonna get with Ultron, other than the stand that he does come with, which is your classic Reveltech stand, which I think is nice. It's very good. It's a Reveltech stand, but you do get this wire stand that's wrapped in plastic and is a metal wire on the inside, and that's basically all you're gonna get for Ultron. Stop! Now, I am gonna interrupt the video right here to show you that the feet actually do have a problem. Now, hopefully you can focus and you guys can see that one hole is actually smaller than the other. This is because the one with the effect piece add-on is actually smaller, and so don't push the foot in too much or else you are definitely gonna break it. Let's just get a hobby knife. Well, I mean, you could also use hot water and maybe go down that route and just kind of heat it up so that way it can expand, and then kind of like shove it in the joint. But the problem with that, and why I don't necessarily recommend it, is that if you ever want to swap out the foot again, you're gonna have to do that whole process again. You can just insert the hobby knife into the foot and just kind of scrape it around. After like a couple twists, and then you see a visible amounts of actual scrapage come out, And if you have done it correctly, it should look something like this. Now you can obviously scrape some more if you want to maybe push it in more. That's completely fine and up to you, but that is a quick and easy fix that you can do just so that way the feet can work well and you can attach them and detach them at any point in time whenever you want. So there you go. Now that is a problem with the Ultron, and now we can get back to the video. This is the only problem that I've had with him, and the hands are great, everything else is great, the effect pieces are great, the stand is great, everything. Thank you for watching if you made it all the way through the video, and comment down below if you're going to pick up this guy or if you already have him. Do you think he's good? Did you get a good copy? I know I didn't get a good copy of my Real Tech Spider-Man in my last review, so next time guys I'll be seeing you should probably be when the CT Batman Hush comes in. So if you did make it all the way through the video, I really hope you do subscribe, maybe see some more of my content that I've uploaded recently, and thank you for watching. Most importantly, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.